right, now let me sit down and tell you about the real best games of 2024, meaning the ones that I actually played. Now, I'm usually exactly like you, probably. I'll typically stick to about like 3-ish games per year. You got your competitive game you play almost every day, your 2-week Minecraft thing going on, and maybe something else, but like that's probably it, to be honest. But this year, I thought multiplayer games kind of sucked. And in trying oh so many games, I'm here to provide you with the actual best games list of 2024. By the way, the games don't have to have released in 2024. I mean, it's just games that I played for the first time in 2024, because like it's my list. I mean, like, bro, look at the game of the year nominees. We got like a DLC and like some fucking PS4. So like, what the fuck is going on? But what makes my video more credible than everyone else who made a best games of 2024, you know, not 2 weeks into the day? Well, it's made by me. Pal World. I hated this one. Gotta keep you on your toes. Content warning. Remember Lethal Company that released in 2023? This is like that, and it kind of made me realize that these sort of games, once you understand what all the monsters do and how to counter them, although saying the word counter makes me feel like a fucking sweat in a game that looks like this, they kind of lose all their shock value, don't you think? I loved every second of this fucking game. Trombone champ. Any best games list ain't complete without a trombone champ in there. Like, what? All right, big ass game I played for the very first time in 2024 inbound. Metal Gear Rising Revengeance. I mean, the music in this game's pretty good. I mean, not as good as what I was cooking up in Trombone Champ, but I mean, it's all right, I guess. This game is the dumbest, most over-the-top mountain leveling clusterfuck I have ever played. It knows it's cliche as shit, and it owns it beautifully. You got bosses like the booby Russian girl, who I don't even remember what they do, for being honest. Monsoon, who's a cyborg, but his whole body's in little segments. And Big Red, who, like, maybe I'm hating, but honestly, I don't really think that he did that much, to be honest. And the Biggest Arnold, who, I mean, you know, he pretty strong. You know, everyone knows that guy. Beautiful. But you know what else everybody knows? Mortal Kombat. And you know what everybody wish they didn't know? This 2.5-minute rant about how Mortal Kombat 1 took 9 months to release a patch to make the game work properly on PC that I'm cutting from the video because I remembered that. Wait, isn't this supposed to be a best games list? Uh-oh, speaking of gas, was there a gas leak? Better lock your doors, because I'm talking about deadlock. I don't understand this game at all. Like, seriously, I don't get it. I grew up playing games where you see a guy and a guy sees you. Majority of what affects the outcome and what comes next is mechanical skill, like aiming and some other stuff that's probably important. My brain cannot comprehend buying items and crafting builds for your character mid-match. I open up the shop in Deadlock and see all this text, and the game for me just fucking, and the game is just gone. I just become overcome with a feeling of, shit might not be for me. Though I will say, just because it might not be for me, I can still appreciate the heat that's radiating from it, and I can still tell you it's a good game. I'm not even doing that to get on good brownie points or some shit with the YouTube comments. It's just not for me, but you know, I'm so ascended, I'll still put it on my list. Because I know the game's art style's about to smack when it comes out. And you know what goes good with this type of music? Fucking sex. The First Ascent is a game that's very similar to Destiny 1, Destiny 2, and Warframe, with quite a different approach to marketing. Now you may be thinking, oh, this man, he's just a gooner. Right outside the camera's field of view must be a cave not very similar to the one that Jesus Christ came out of. And we should probably take this black light right here to investigate it, but let's actually not do that and talk about the game itself. Because I mean, if you set that assumption about me aside for putting this on my best games list of 2024, okay, if you set those assumptions aside for a moment, let me explain. I've only played this game for a little bit, but the brief period I have played it, it's been pretty good. But yes, I don't want to be known as somebody who plays the game where you click on and scroll down the Steam discussion board and you'll see, whoa, look at all these like and subscribe buttons. That's totally cool and sick. But like the gameplay itself is actually pretty good. I don't know why you guys don't believe me. Speaking of being hard, this is one of the first games to ever enter my Steam library, and this shit is one of the hardest games I've ever played, but it is damn good. A roguelite where everything and everyone is a gun, bullet, or both. Now, I do eventually plan on finishing the actual game in its entirety, but this shit is mad hard, bro. Like, you're telling me I beat Millennia this year, but I can't get past floor 4 of Enter the Gungeon? Wait, this motherfucker beat Millennia this year? I, along with many of my friends, were not expecting this game to be this casual. Like, I knew the Budokai Tenkaichi games were casually oriented, but like, brother, this game is more casual than 8-player Smash with items on. It just ain't that deep. Not in terms of depth, but like, okay, well, but in terms of how it felt for, you know, like sweaty nerds to sink their teeth into, which kind of threw a lot of us off guard, causing us to kind of drop the game after a month. But I recently came back to the game, now knowing exactly what it is this time, and it is so cool, dude. I mean, like, what other game can you hit a McFucking? Like, what the fuck? This game just popped up on a friend's TV with everyone just sitting around at the couch. Sounds euphoric because it feels like it's designed so that anyone can pick it up at a moment's notice and everyone knows when shit is going the fuck down. It's great. I'm not sure why anyone would ever play ranked ever. Like, the way the game works is that you assemble a team where you have 15 points to work with, each character varying in the amount of points they take up. So, do you see the problem behind a singles ranked mode? No, well, I'll give you a hint. The 10-point red monkey man also does not see the problem. Regardless, it is the flashiest game I've ever played. My brother and Kami, is that fucking Roblox? Hear me out. Just hear me out. This game on Roblox is actually really good. If it was suddenly a standalone game that was full price, I would buy it. It is that fucking good. The Strongest Battlegrounds is a One Punch Man inspired 3D fighting game where you play in this open ass area and beat the shit out of anyone who looks at you the wrong way. There's other fighting games on Roblox, but none of them even come close to the level of polish and care that this one specifically offers. It sounds ridiculous because it is. Don't knock this one till you try. Blocky or not, the shit is heat. Now, do not be fooled. That's actually not Shroud's game on the screen. This is actually the gameplay to a game. I think this shit is hilarious. The whole game is in pitch darkness, where turning on your light becomes a game of awareness and risk, given that the other people will see and hear you doing it. Simple, unique, cool art style, cool idea, love it. Turn the lights back on. Avert your eyes from the price tag of this next game because it's fucking free. Straff Tat, good game, feels like old school Source. Where you and a friend spawn in, you pick up guns, shoot the shit out of each other, fast-paced, frantic, feels like a classic even though it just dropped. You can't go wrong with Strap Tat. Now, I really do not particularly enjoy Valorant, as some of you may know, but what if it was made out of paper? Yeah, it's still not doing it for me. But the finals... All right, listen, I'm trying with these transitions, dude. The finals is a free-to-play 3v3v3v3 FPS game with insane destructibility on the maps. And, you know, I used to play it a lot, but it was still fun to hop on from time to time this year. I'm not gonna lie. And, yeah, I see daily comments on this video because I called the finals dead. Which is kind of annoying because at the beginning of that video, I literally said that the definition of dead, as used by most people, does not literally mean 0 players. It means that a fraction of the audience / relevancy is now present, but I know everyone who watched that video just skipped to their favorite game immediately, so I know not to mess with the finals players. So now I know not to mess with the finals players. Your game's dead, but you know it's not a joke, pal. Sports. And you sis, boy, you don't belong on no ice, okay? Holy shit. Slapshot Rebound is a free-to-play hockey game and made by Odd Shot Games that has filled the gap so many times when I'm sitting in a Discord call with my friends and we don't know what to play. It is funny and you should try it, but don't steal our signature move, the ban kickoff. Cause I mean, it's banned, you just can't do it, you're gonna get banned and I ain't gonna ban. I don't know what to tell you, shit is banned. I mean, if you do it, you're gonna get banned. Like I've been banned from doing that shit, you know what I'm saying? It's banned in all territory. Like I don't know what to tell you, dude. Speaking of dude, Hawk dude, the script just says, Seuss fucking dying. Multiverse dropped again this past year. This game's good, but the situation is really weird. Given that the game released in a beta that people didn't know was a beta, and then it fell off, and then it got taken away, and then it re-released again, and then it fell off again. And now I'm just kind of sat here waiting for the game to pop off again. Like, I'm actually serious. To anyone who played this game when it was really popular, either time, are you also just kind of subconsciously expecting them to just re-release it again? Like where everyone will be talking about it again, even if it's for a brief period of time? Because like, maybe that's just me, but like, I don't know. The game's fine. It just feels kind of weird to not play it if it's not like really popular. I'm not saying that you should only play games that are popular, but like, you know what I do know? Is that Animal Well, this shit is good. Real good. Go play that too. I'm about to burp. Oh no. Along with the absolute top 3 best games of the entire year for me. Definitive 2024 list of all the best games I specifically really enjoyed. Coming in at number 3, they need no introduction. But let me tell you, if they did have one, it would probably go like, body's bullshit lazy, to my heart is lazy. If the words kill me, I don't need a new one under you. Soon you will know. We already know the smell of the game. Guilty Gear Strive is one of the best games I've ever played. The only reason this is not number one, seriously, this is the only reason, is because I've been playing this shit non-fucking stop since technically late 2023, so, you know, it felt kind of weird. But other than that, it would be number one completely, like, not even fucking close at all whatsoever. It is that goddamn good. And what's frustrating is that with it being a fighting game, it's by default just not going to get the recognition it deserves. Oftentimes, people with fighting games, and please hear me out on this, they draw these conclusions about them, even though deep down they know that shit is not true. Broken record a little bit with some of my previous videos, but just hear me out. This is the last time, probably. They'll say, fighting games are too hard. They take too long to learn. The genre just must not be for me. And you know what? Listen, dickhead. If you've looked at a fighting game and got past the purchase screen, hell, if you've ever even picked up a controller to play any fighting game, your first one ever, that's it. You have an interest in them. You can admit in your head, these shits look cool as fuck. Every other thing you've concluded about a specific game or the genre itself has come from how you approached it. That is what this game taught me. Because before 2024, I ain't never played no goddamn 2D fighting game with Okizeme and a Hajiki screw. What the fuck is a Hajiki screw? And this game whooped my ass. I would lose, get tilted, draw the exact same conclusions that everyone who bounces off fighting games says. The game just isn't for me. This shit is too hard. This would take forever to learn. I'm not doing this shit. And you know what the game said to me after I told it that? It stared. It was a wall that stared back at me. For it didn't have to say anything for me to realize there was three options. Walk away from the game that I knew looked really fucking cool and fun from a distance. Continue to force my way up it by making excuses and drawing false conclusions about it to make myself feel better, only to eventually fall back down again. Or shut up, let it all go, and climb. Guilty Gear Strive is a masterpiece, not just because of what it is, it's a masterpiece because of what it does. It forces you to let go of all your transgressions in order to climb, and I fucking love it. Also, I played the game that came before, that's pretty cool too. There's a guy who fights on the phone the entire match, it's pretty funny. Wait, this motherfucker beat Millennia this year? In search of the Elden Ring. Fuck my ass if you haven't played this shit yet. Just fucking do it, dude. This game will mold you into the most resilient, belligerent, spiritually gifted, protein-filled, indigenous, androgynous, apothecant, servantist, racist. Elden Ring is a Souls game, which is very good and fun, and you've definitely heard about it for good reason. Real talk, though, I haven't even tried to play the DLC of this game yet, because after spending 3 full days on stream trying to beat the final boss of the game, the last thing I wanted to do was load up Shadow of the Urchin, the DLC everyone describes as, haha, every enemy's as hard as Millennia. Fuck you, I'm not playing it. But they just announced that new game has multiplayer at the Game Awards. Yeah. This next game went from complete and utter dog shit, a buggy, broken, unfinished mess, to perhaps one of the most immersive and fun single player experiences I've ever had. Cyberpunk 2077 in the year 2024 and 2025 is extremely good. It is hard to even speak about it because none of what I say will even matter unless you trust my word on it. Given that most of you at home have probably at least tried it at some point and formed your opinions on it already. Instantly, I'm talking instantly, you will see how much time and effort has gone into polishing, crafting, finishing.
Is this game worth it? Does that answer your question?
It's crazy. Oh yeah, and the game actually like runs now. Now, I've never made a list video before, if you couldn't tell, but I just felt the need to create this video nonetheless because I felt like this past year there was a lot more variety on my plate than usual. Usually I stick to the same small batch of games like I said, but this year felt very different. And are you looking for something different? Well, try my Twitch where I stream a lot. That's what I say. So join the Discord if you want to talk to some other cool people about your favorite games too. See, I'm just straight plugging right now, bro. All right, most people have already left by now. I'm basically using this video as means to get back into the swing of, you know, bi-weekly uploads and almost daily streams on Twitch. So if I don't get another video out by the end of this week, like if you click on the channel and it says a week ago or 7 days ago, whatever it says, eyebrow slit right here.